Hey guys, what's going on? It's DJ TLM. You're watching DJ TLM TV. It's Friday, time for a new Q&A video, and this one is all about beat matching. Now, before I get into the topic, I just want to send a big shout out and a thank you to everyone out there who's been sending me emails and leaving comments, wanting to know how I'm doing, sending me love, prayers, even medical advice. I am recovering from a back injury, and as you might notice, I'm sitting down right now, and yes, this hurts, but not as much as before. And I will start to edit the Saturday Super Session Part 2 next week, so this will be online within the next couple of weeks. Before the end of the month, it will be online, so stay tuned for that. Now, for today's question, the question comes from Drew, and let me sketch the scenario real quick. When you're beat matching, what do you do if the song you're matching doesn't sound good when you've matched the BPMs? Can you lower the BPM after you've made the transition? Well, the simple answer is yes. Now, let me just explain the scenario. You might be watching and not really understand what Drew means. Imagine if you have one track playing, track 1 right here, and it's playing at 110 BPM. You want to mix in track 2, you want to make a smooth transition, but track 2 is only 102 BPM. That means you have to speed it up a lot to get it all the way to 110 BPM so that they're playing at the same tempo in order to make that smooth transition. Now, if you're using a device that has master tempo or key lock, that will allow you to change the tempo drastically without changing the sound, the pitch of the song. So the melody and the vocals all stay the same. It works, but there are some downsides to using that if you're really going to drastically change the BPM, but I'll get into that in a different video. In this case, Drew is probably not using key lock or master tempo, so when he changes the tempo more drastically, you can hear the song will sound different. It changes the pitch of the melody and the vocals, and it could be that it doesn't sound good anymore, especially if you have to speed it up a lot or slow it down a lot. So what you can do is not make a transition between songs that have a BPM that is too far apart. If you're not using a key lock or master tempo, because yes, the sound will change. Or you could start by lowering the tempo of the track that's already playing. So like I said, for instance, if track 1 is playing at 110 BPM, and that's way faster than the 102 BPM on this one, start by gradually lowering the BPM of this one and bring it down to maybe 108 or between 107 and 108. Don't bring it down too much because, again, if you're not using key lock, you can hear the difference. But if you do it gradually, not just bang, change that tempo. I've seen a lot of DJs do this and you hear the difference. So don't do it at once. Take it from 110 to 107, but slowly. Maybe add an effect while you're doing it. There are different tricks, but bring it down a bit. Because that means if this track is now playing at 107 or 108, you don't have to speed up track 2 as much as before. You will still have to speed it up at least like 5 or 6, but that's better than 8. So that's one trick that can help. What you can also do is start track 2 on a loop. If it starts with, for instance, just drums, just a beat, make a short loop, match the tempo, and make your transition. After you made the transition from track 1 to track 2, this track might be playing a little bit too fast, but if it's only the drums that are looping, you're not really going to notice it. Now, your loop is playing. While the loop is playing, have the MC do something, do it yourself with a mic, or again, play with some effects and bring it back down a bit. Then stop the loop so that the rest of the track starts to play. Now, I hope you understand what I mean because I'm just telling you, I'm not showing you. But that brings me to the second part of his question. I have to open it up again. The second part of the question was also, how can I make my mixes better besides doing just basic transitions? Now, as you might know, I'm working on a mix tutorial series. I have 4 parts online, if I'm not mistaken. And right now I'm covering the basics. But after that, I will move on and I will also talk about things that I just talked about, but I'll show you. So hopefully this info already helped you out, and you might have picked up a little tip right here. But if not, I will get into this and cover it in the mix tutorial series, and then I'll show you. So I hope this helps you out, Drew. And if you like this info, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already so you don't miss out on any of my videos. And yes, this is still hurting a little bit too much. I will shoot my next video standing. I know that now, but subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I have a lot of videos on the way, a lot of nice reviews. I have some material in the studio right now that has been requested a lot, and I will be dropping the review soon. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and check me on Instagram, because sometimes I will leave some hints on Instagram to show you what I'm working on before you see and hear it right here on DJ TLM TV. All right, guys, I'll be back very soon. I'm shooting a lot of videos, so thanks again for the support. Share the knowledge, share the video, and I'm out. Peace.